Knock, knock, knock.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good. Hi, Mr. Olson. I'm Corey here with whoever's paying me money, HVAC. Is my van parked okay right there?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Okay. Do you mind holding this for me for a second so I could come in?
Of course.
Do you mind if I come in?
Yeah, please do.
All right, let me put these on my boots. I don't want to track anything in. Can I get that back from you, sir?
There you go.
Okay. So just to let you know before we get started, my name's Corey. I'm here to give you a 5-star service. So if there's anything about my work, my communication, or how I treat your house that's not 5 stars, stop and let me know so I can correct that immediately. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So let me tell you what's going to happen here today. I'm going to take a look around. I'm going to ask you some questions. I encourage you to ask me some questions. Right? Then at the end, through my diagnosis, I also encourage you to be with me throughout the entire service call. I don't expect you to be in the attic with me, even though I've had customers do that. If you feel comfortable with that, I'm not going to stop you if I feel that you're safe to be on my ladder. So when I get done, I'm going to put together a few options, and with your approval, I'm going to take care of that today. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so I seen it was a no cool call. So let's go ahead and show me where the thermostat is, show me where the attic access is, and show me where the condenser is.
Okay, yeah. If you come over here on the wall, right here is the thermostat, and if you come around over the hallway over there, the attic access is right there, and the outdoor condenser is not coming on.
Oh, the outdoor condenser's not coming on? I got it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the thermostat down a little bit, and I'm going to watch see if the fan comes on. I can see the filters right here, and the filter's clean, so there's no need to jump on that. And I'll
Yeah,
explain that.
I change that pretty often, so
That's good, because it'll cost you a lot of money in some situations if you don't. You don't know how many fan motors I've replaced. And
yeah.
some
My
of
brother's
those-
an engineer. He always tells me to
To
change the
them?
filters. So
That's pretty good,
Yeah.
because I charge like $1,000 to change those OEM, factory and stuff. So you're saving yourself a lot of money. Not to mention that I don't know if there's a secondary pan up there or not, but you could also cause freezing of the evaporator coil, and then if it doesn't have a safety switch or doesn't have a secondary pan, you could cost yourself a lot of money. But
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I'll let you know all about that at the end. So I dropped the thermostat down. I see the fan coming on. So let's go outside. I'll follow you. Let me take off my booties here so that way I can put them back on. Not
All
direct
right, there it
anything.
is. Like I said, it's not kicking on.
Okay, so the gate right around the corner, is that unlocked?
Yes.
Okay, so hang on a second right here, and I'll be back with my tools and my gauges, so that way I could take a look at what's going on.
Sounds good.
So I go get my tools, I get my gauges. All right, come here. All right, so what I do is I kill the disconnect, that way I don't electrocute myself, and zip this and open it up. So I see that the contactor is pulled in, right? So the contactor's pulled in, which is good, because I was thinking maybe a high pressure or low pressure switch was keeping it out, because I seen that there was one low pressure switch could mean low charge, which is a costly repair. So let's go ahead and let's check the cap. Cap's out of range. You can see it with my meter right here. This stuff I do is very simple. You can almost teach anyone how to do it. All I'm doing is looking for numbers. So let's go ahead and let's put a cap in it. Even though I'm going to give you the option at the end, I want to go ahead and get it running so I can finish my diagnosis, so that way I can give you a total evaluation of your system. That way you're getting your full money out of your diagnosis.
That sounds good.
So right here, get the cap, put it in, and you see I told you I'd give you a 5-star service with my work. However simple it is, you see how I got it in with plumber's tape right now.
Right.
At the end, because I do want their approval on my repair, and we'll go over that in options, I'll zip tie all these wires nice and neat. It's a simple task. It's not hard for me not to give you 5 stars on my work when it comes to simple tasks like this. So
Right.
I kind of like it. So bam, I got it running, put my gauges on it. Now what I'm about to explain, some people find it hard to explain to customers, but it's pretty simple for me.
Okay.
I'm looking at superheat in this case. And superheat is heat added to vapor after it has evaporated. So it evaporates in the condenser, and I'll get into that if you want to know. But the reason why I'm checking on that is because my compressor cannot handle liquid refrigerant, but also the refrigerant coming back to it's also what cools off the compressor. So I need somewhere in the middle. I needed superheat vapor, but not too much superheat. If it has too much superheat, it tells me it's low on charge, or at least the evaporator's not getting enough refrigerant in it. Sometimes restrictions and such could cause the same thing. So superheat's good. One more thing I'm going to do, and gotta wait a few minutes because of the fact that I cannot stop and start a compressor. Why I can't do that is because it could cause jolts to the system, overheat it, cause the thermal overload, or damage the compressor. It's
We
just
don't
the way
want
the
that,
motor is.
Right.
So I'm going to check inrush current. If it goes above locked rotor amps, I'll offer you a hard start, which I may offer you anyways because they're known as compressor savers. And as long as I use the one with the relay, I've never read anything that says that it could harm the system.
Okay.
In a sense, I'm against technicians putting them on newer systems, but here we are, 12-year-old system, and they're labeled as being able to save the compressor. So a little bit over, like I said, once again, numbers, a little bit over locked rotor amps. I'm going to recommend that. That looks like it's about all out here because the superheat was good, gauges.
So my question for you is, you said that newer techs, other techs will put it on a newer system. Why don't you like that?
I don't like it because I called a manufacturer once, since you ask. I came from commercial, heavy commercial, and none of the guys used them. They were all kind of against them. And the manufacturer said only use if necessary. As far as I could gather, unless it's pulling over locked rotor amps, there's no reason to put them on. Even though it's okay from the manufacturer, and I'm going off tech support here, Larry from Maytag says it's okay to use if it's causing a dimming of lights.
Okay.
So we can use them in those situations.
Okay, that's actually good to know because I actually do have that problem in my house right now. Every time the outdoor unit does come on in my bedroom, the lights will actually dim down. So that's good to know.
That is good to know. And
So I mean, how much would that something be like that to run me?
about 175.
Okay, that's not too bad for the dimming of the lights. You know, obviously it has some kind of power problem as it turns on. What that is, I don't know, but.
And I'm glad that you brought that up because now that I know that you're super interested, when I get to my options, that will actually be in my option A.
Okay,
so it'll be the
perfect.
repair, will be this capacitor, and as you see, it's a turbo capacitor. So I run these at 320, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put the hard start in 175.
That sounds good.
Do me one favor, let me go upstairs and just overview the ducts real quick. I'm just gonna look at them really quick. If I see somebody took static pressure before, I may check it again. If not, if the ducts look a little off to my basic eyes, I'll check it again. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and check it again. I'm gonna check static pressure. I'm gonna look at the board, make sure the board's not burnt. And then I'm also gonna check the capacitor.
Perfect.
Anything that's out of whack, I could take a picture of it and bring it down. Like I said, I've only ever had a few customers come up to the attic with me. So if you just give me about 10 minutes to put my mat down, my ladder on my mat, and I'll go upstairs and I'll bring a little shop vac in with me. That way I could clean up anything that falls down.
Awesome, no worries. I gotta make a quick phone call and then I'll check up on you when I'm done.
Any questions other than that so far?
You're gonna check the emergency drain pan as well, right?
I'm gonna see if you have one. I'm gonna see if you have a safety switch. Even if you have a secondary, I'm gonna recommend one be in line with that in case it ever clogs up.
Okay.
And also, before I go up there, one other question I got for you. Where are the hot and cold spots in the house?
Well, the coldest spot is in the living room. It aims right down at my couch. It gets pretty cold really quickly. So, and as far as the hot spots, I'm only really pretty much in the living room and the main bedroom. So I have roommates. So I don't know how any of the other houses are, but or the other rooms are. But I mean, that's the biggest thing is just the cold spot in the living room. But like I said, it's aimed right at the couch. So
Cold spot in the living room. Okay, so I'll write that down. And go up there and check that. And one more quick question. Whom in the house suffers from allergies or sinuses?
my brother-in-law.
And he lives here?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll give you an option on that too
Awesome.
at the end. So I go get my ladder, go upstairs, check out. You're gonna have secondary pan, come back down and take pictures. There's no safety switch. I explained that by the wires. Now I've already let you know how important that is to have one of those. So they're about 175, just so I could get a feel of it, because I do want to put together an option for allergy treatment, and I still give 3 options.
Okay.
Would you like me to put that option in option A, the very basic
Yeah, I'd have to
option?
talk it over with them. But yeah, that's definitely something. I mean, I can make a quick phone call. I don't think it would be a problem. But yeah, that would be good. And he has allergies, and I'll tell him the price and see if he
I
wants
was
to go
talking
there.
about the safety switch. I'm going to put in
Oh, I'm
option
so
A.
sorry.
Yeah, because it's only 175
Okay.
at that point.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, for the you're talking about the safety switch in line with. Do I have one up there already?
No, you don't. See this picture right here? It
Yeah.
would be in line with that. Would be the secondary.
Okay.
And so we put it in line with that. Even though you have a secondary
let's-
pan, there's really no.
How does that work? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, it just breaks the circuit. Do you understand electricity at all?
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah, so it's basically in series. It's just a switch, so it actually breaks. I wire them to R. I know some people wire them to yellow. I'm always in a big debate about that. There's this big training. I could go on and on, but the idea is that some people will wire them to yellow because it breaks the circuit just for the
AC.
condenser AC. I don't like to do that because remember how I told you that the compressor can't be shut on and off?
Right.
Well, the thing is, as it's filling up with water, it could shut that compressor on and off. So I'd be doing you a disservice. And it's actually Nate. Like
So
people talk
becoming
about
causing more harm than good.
Yes, and it's
Gotcha.
funny because the big qualifier, everybody wants to get Nate certified and stuff. And I could tell you about that if you ask, but it's just a huge debate I'm in with people because they say break. Why? So you could give a customer heating, but I don't ever want to see a compressor go on and off.
Well, typically you're either running your AC or your heating. You typically aren't running both. So, I mean, depending on the weather. I mean, so I guess that makes sense. I mean, might as well just, protect the equipment versus.
Insure the equipment, because at one point you still have to call a technician. It's the fact is that some people believe that it puts people in an emergency state where they have to call a technician. But I'm doing you a disservice. Sometimes you have to call a technician in order to save your equipment.
Right.
So we look at both. We've already proven that the charge is good. It tells me a lot. It's 12 years old, so we don't have a leak at this point, right? So we know that the charge is good, which is good. It's one of my things where, the options to repair that would be so big that a lot of times I automatically quote a new system. And I'll leave you a quote on that too, just so you could always see how much it cost.
Right.
However, so I'm done, and then I go into the options with you.
Sorry, it's not focused. There it is.
So let's sit down. Option A is going to be the service fee, the safety switch, right, for 175, the hard start for 175, and capacitor for 320. So that adds up to, 320, 75, 620, just call it 689. So option A is 689. Option B is the same as option A. However, I removed the service fee, added a maintenance agreement, which saves you 10%, but I also added an air scrubber, which we could remove if needed.
Okay.
And then option C would be the replacement. So you can
So
see
$689 for the first option. What was the second option?
2100.
And 2100, and the third with the air scrubber.
No, the second one I put in the air scrubber, but
Is the 2100. Okay.
is the 2100. So you got the air scrubber for the allergies. I give you a little bit discount on all that stuff because I added a maintenance plan which costs you, but it also gives you a discount on new equipment in the future. It's 12 years old. Stay on it, take care of it, and have a technician. By the way, you could always ask for me, and I'm always willing to do maintenances too. So for
Perfect.
maintenances, let me see. Did you stop it?
No.